Carbon dioxide is the breath of life, Glad says.
Yeah, okay, it is. But there's also more people living on the planet now than there ever was before. There's less trees on the planet than there ever was before, which this is stuff that converts that. And there's also more machines on the planet than there ever was at any time before creating the shit. And we're consuming more fossil fuels than we ever fucking consumed before. So yeah.
I like ducks. Duck says fuck.
Over half of them are alive today.
What, Duck? I was talking all over you.
Of all the people that have ever been on Earth from the beginning of time, over half of them are alive and on Earth today.
What do you mean? Like, you mean the total Earth population? Like, if you added up all the people that ever lived on Earth, half of that many people are living on the planet today.
No, there's more people now than ever before.
Here's the way you gotta look at the Earth population is you gotta think of 2. And then you times 2 by 2 and you have 4. And then you times 4 by 4 and you have 16. Then you times 16 by 16, you know what I mean? It goes like that. So once you have 1 billion people, the next cycle you have 2 billion people. Then the next, get what I'm saying? So the more people...
Binary progression.
Yeah, so the more people you have, the next cycle you have, you increase even faster.
Well, I think that
linear progression.
I feel like I'm very claustrophobic, and there's too many people in the world, and I feel that we should be allowed to hunt each other. What do you think about that? I said that out loud.
Okay, Bobby, that's cool, but do you really think that you, with your gimp foot, your bad eyes, and such, you're going to be the alpha male?
I think I have a 50-50 chance. I won't leave the house as much, and I'll get the younger. I'll start making lots of babies and have the younger boys go out and get the food and shit, and I'll stand by the door with my shotgun. And hope for the best.
Here's the whole plan.
Why is everybody getting closer and closer to my studios? Get out!
Gold, Bobby, gold.
Did I tell you I'm going to be a father?
Really? No, you're not. Doc, you're like a million years old.
I don't know who the mother's going to be yet, but yep.
Really?
I jerked off in an envelope and sent it to the internet.
Well, there's a lot of suggestions in the chat for this problem we're having. Glad says let's move to Mars. I like that idea. Guy Shea says, let's just get rid of China.
Well, here's the thing about China, and this plays right into like Australia and North America and such. Is nobody's allowed to see what they do in China. So every time that they ship a factory to China, it's because they plan on doing things dirty. Like, there's no environmental control over there. Them fucking birds do whatever they want, just build a fence around it, don't let nobody in it. So, that's the way of circumventing the environmental measures they put. Like here in Canada, we produce a lot of oil. So what they want to do in Canada now is build a pipeline from the oil sands in Alberta through the pristine Rocky Mountains of British Columbia and through river valleys and such, and put it to the coast where they're then going to load the unprocessed crude onto tankers, take those tankers out of river, out through a sound in the Pacific Ocean that the fucking locals won't even fish in because of the waters, and then take that oil all to China where they're going to unload it and refine it over there under the strict Chinese refining environmental guidelines.
But you just build a pipeline to China.
Well, they want to build a rail bridge across the Bering Strait. There's a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, and the guy Shay's got a great idea, but we couldn't get rid of China because let's be honest, America can't take China. Not even with Canada's help, I don't think.
Here's the bottom line about that stuff, about global wars. When it comes to like America fighting Russia, America fighting China, America fighting North Korea, those are serious wars that are gonna kill like fucking a lot of like millions and millions of people are gonna die in those wars. Like, and the global fucking landscape will change dramatically if it don't go partial nuclear in places. I don't believe that anybody will ever nuke the whole planet, but I can believe the shitholes of the world can soon get nuked off.
Glad is really against taxes. It's like freaking out about taxes in the chat.
I like taxes.
Big Mike says, I need my telephone. Leave China alone. He needs his iPhone.
Awesome G shit.
That's the way it works, man. It's all part of society. Like, even back when people lived in fucking villages, there was a form of taxation. Like, everybody lived in the village as a common. And when fucking, you know, when threat would come, that, like, all the men would go and they would unite. And so that's what you were paying your tax. Your tax was your service. So,
And even before money, there was taxes on your crops.
that's right.
Give part of your crops to the king.
Or to the priest to keep in the temple, or whatever. Like in the story of Moses, that's what he did. He went and broke the royal granary open and fed the slaves. When he was still one of fucking Pharaoh's kids there.
Guy Shea says, enslave the French. He's not sure how that'll help, but it just feels right.
But here's the thing, okay? And I don't understand why America beats up on the French so bad, because if it wasn't for the French, the British would have beat you in your revolution.
I don't know, man. I heard they dipped out on us a bunch of times. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know me. I'm no history buff. I watch movies, though.
It was.
If it wasn't for the French, we wouldn't have all the cool Vietnam War history that we have.
Well, that's you're splitting hairs there. Nobody said America had to go over there and fight them after they beat the French. Like, the French knew to leave. These guys, the French said, "Holy fuck, man, these guys are fucking whack. You can't fucking fight these people." And Canada said, "No, that war's not for us."
You know, if France started that war over rubber, they wanted their rubber.
Yeah, they wanted to keep plantations in place, and basically the French wanted the Vietnamese to just give them all their resources for nothing. Not often do we get into topics like this on Bobby's show.
I know, we're getting deep. And still yet it's going... It's still...
But to go back to something, though, that you probably don't know, Bobby, is that the Statue of Liberty is a gift from France to America to celebrate your guys' fucking liberty, like your independence. And that's why the Statue of Liberty faces the Atlantic Ocean. It's because she's looking back at France, which was supposed to be like the actual birthplace of liberty. Like, the way your government is set up, like Benjamin Franklin and all them guys, they were going to France and they were talking to those guys and setting shit up like that, because that's what they wanted. Like, after the French Revolution, the way they set things up, like, it's almost identical, the two systems of government.
And Benjamin Franklin was really smart. He invented lightning.
Yeah.
I bet you that was an accident.
I can guarantee you when he put the fucking key up there and was holding onto that string, he wasn't expecting what he got.
That's what I'm saying.
Or he never would have been holding onto the string.
He didn't know that shit was gonna happen. He
knew something was gonna happen, but he didn't know he was gonna get fucking bolted.
Yeah, because who does that on purpose? Right?
Yeah.
You know, if he knew what that would have felt like, he would have been like, shit, fuck that, I ain't doing that shit. Glad's at work? Oh. Don't try to make me cry. It won't work. He said. I thought he was at work. I basically told Glad there was no Santa Claus when I told him there was Star Trek wasn't real. Now he's about to cry.
I'm not reading the chat.
Oh, the chat.
I don't get. Whenever I pay attention to the chat, I get sucked into fucking crazy.
That's the fun of it, though, man. I always read off my chat.
I'm not going crazy this year. I'm the new controlled fucking Joe Seeker. I'm not going all Spreaker crazy no more.
Well, if you can't handle the chat, you can't handle the chat. I'm just saying I always read it. I always read off the chat all the time. Nobody but friends in here. What are you worried about? It's going to happen.
Don't meet Snow Bobby.
Franklin was a pimp. LOL. Joe sucks budgie balls. Oh, shit. See? That kind of shit, right?
Hey, they're trying to get me to fucking respond.
You know, the fucking thing, that was Glad.
And then the first thing you know, somebody's making a clip about me, and it's all funny. Ah, like crazy Joe Seeker telling the kids all to fuck off. Ah.
I can make a clip right out of that, though. You don't even need to really to be mad to make you look mad.
I'll make clips about you, Bobby.
Go ahead. It's more exposure. That's what I need. I need exposure. Expose me.
This right here is my duck wants to attack your station.
What did I ever do to you, Doc? Me and you were boys until Joe corrupted you. Joe.
Look how nice he is now.
That says Joe was responsible for 9/11.
Yeah, see, he wants me. See, he's just trying to drag me into shit. He's trying to drag me into shit. Is all he's trying to do. Is all he's trying to do.
I feel like it's working. I can hear it in your voice.
All I know is that the 9/11 investigation has been closed. It is found in favor of my side, and Glad still has to pay carbon tax.
Glad. Listen, I gotta admit,
I gotta feel it's a win-win.
Glad is a big conspiracy theorist. I believe that. I don't think he believes he is, but I do believe he is. And does he believe the 9/11 was a whole setup thing that America did it?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a plan. The plane that hit it. It was a giant bee. It was aiming for Joe and missed.
Big honey boo boo bee.
Big honey boo boo bee.
Okay.
That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about Honey Boo Boo because that's what everybody else is talking about. That crazy redneck 9-year-old fucking crazy girl. And she is fantastic.
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo is fantastic. I do have to admit. Her and her go-go juice.
Yeah, they're fucking Mountain Dew and fucking Red Bull.
Yeah, because I saw that clip. I actually had it. I don't know what I did with it. But it was a clip about, she was on, I showed it to Joe or whatever. It was what's his name? Dr. Drew. And she was on there with him with her crazy mother. And she explained the cocktail that it was. It was the Red Bull or like some energy drink. She tried to say it was decaffeinated soda, but it's not. It's like Mountain Dew. First off, Mountain Dew's like, I drink that shit, and that shit will take the paint off your car.
Mountain Dew's horrible.
I love Mountain Dew, but I ain't gonna. I know. I can feel it.
Mountain Dew with suck a dick.
I can feel in my body that shit is just like drinking gasoline.
Anybody that would drink Mountain Dew on a consistent basis would suck a dick. I can understand drinking Mountain Dew if you're thirsty, and it's all that there is. But if you consciously grab a can of Mountain Dew, when you have other choices,
Wait.
would choose to fucking drink that, you would put a big fucking sweaty penis in your mouth.
Whoa.
Go right to the balls.
Whoa. Wait a second here. Wait a second. I drink Mountain Dew on a regular.